Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Wilson, and welcome to the eXp Realty session. Today's session is not the full eXp Explained. I've done several of those now and have collected some questions that we get on the live sessions that we haven't been able to ask or that are just asked frequently. So today I wanted to do a question and answer session. So I've queued up a number of those that are that have come in. So I've already got some kind of ready from previous webinars that I've done, but I've also got the chat live. So please, if you're here live and have some questions from previous sessions, or you're just joining us today, ask those in the chat box, and I'll try and get to all of them today. But if not, you know that I carry them over because that's what I've got today. One thing I would like to point out is at any time, if you want to connect with me, smartbrokeragemodel.com is the best place to go if you want to get more information about eXp. You can connect with me there. There's several ways to contact me on that site, and there's also ways to get more information, including a way to register for the full presentation, which is eXp Explained, that we go into all the detail on eXp Explained. So today I won't be going through all of those details. I'll be just diving into questions and answers, but I will use a lot of the material that I use on my full webinars. So if you want the full presentation, definitely go to a Smart Brokerage Model. And also I will put up, I think I'll put up here on the sidebar a way to get, so on the sidebar, there's a, you can just click, it'll open in a new window. You can do it now or you can do it later, but that will give you a way to register for the next full webinar that we have scheduled, which is eXp Explained, the full version. So that's an easy way to do that as well. So let me dig right in. I'm going to do just a little bit of an intro. If you're new to this and you haven't seen a previous webinar, and get on the right screen here. I'm Mike Wilson. I've been in the real estate business for 14 years now. So we have a successful production team called Nova Real Estate Group that my wife and I have built. And we've been in the business through long enough to see some ups and downs and also to build our team. Previous to that, I was in the corporate world with ExxonMobil, and I had a 20-year career there, mostly focusing on marketing and business development. I was a business consultant, several positions in the marketing and the sales areas. 20 years, I did a lot of things. But those are the areas that really carried over into real estate. So even when I'm answering questions, but especially when I'm talking about eXp Explained and the full webinar experience that we introduce people to eXp Realty, you'll hear me talking a lot about online marketing because I've been in online marketing for so many years, business development because that's one of my passions, and entrepreneurship. So a little bit of history there. And let me jump over then right away to a couple of questions. See if we have any. Don't have any coming in just yet. Here's a good one. What is the company stock trading at? So this is from a previous webinar. So everybody knows that, well, not everybody knows, but it is a powerful aspect of eXp that it is a publicly traded company. So let me get an example here. So eXp Realty is a publicly traded company, and therefore there are opportunities for agents to become owners. I'm an agent owner, so I'm an owner in eXp. I'm an associate broker, I'm an agent, I'm an owner of eXp Realty. Yeah, let me try this one. So what is a short answer? What is the stock trading at? I don't know what it is trading at. It's a publicly traded company. Go look it up on the New York Stock Exchange. It is EXPI, EXP International, eXp Realty International. EXPI is the ticker symbol. Go look that up, and you'll be able to find that. You'll find a lot of information about it. Very transparent because it's a public company. But I don't talk about. I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not licensed to do any of that, so I don't talk about any of that. However, I will talk about the equity programs that are available for agents and how anyone can join eXp Realty. Licensees can join eXp Realty and become owners. And what I've got here on the screen is three really strong programs. The Equity Awards program is one for performance. So shares are awarded on first transaction, fully cap, sponsor an agent, etc. I personally have gotten all of these awards. We are focused on production on our team, and so we sell real estate, we produce. So I have first transaction, I have cap. We capped very quickly when we joined in the middle of 2017, and then sponsored agents, and have sponsored agents. So you get those awards from that, and independent of what the price is today, there is value associated with that, and if it goes up, then there's more value associated with that, and if it goes down, there's obviously less value associated with that, but still there's a value associated with that, and an incentive to be an owner. Everybody knows the ownership concept and the pride in ownership, and that's what we have at eXp because we're truly our owners. The other ones that I would point out are the Icon program, which is for top producers, and it's a way for top producers who are producing, selling real estate, and contributing back to the company and the communities that they serve, like so many of us do. And it's an opportunity to gain back in stock up to the amount that you have paid in company splits. So a fantastic opportunity there for anyone who is a top producer or wants to be a top producer. Great place to do it. And the last one is the agent equity program. That is, and we take advantage of that as well. So we take advantage of all three of these programs. We haven't finished our first year, so we're still in the Icon agent program as of this taping. Enroll to be paid 5% of every transaction. I love that. In my ExxonMobil career, I did that all the time. We saved money back and purchased stock with it, and it wasn't necessarily a discounted stock. It was or preferred stock, but it was matched. So same type of a savings concept, and you apply it here, and the benefit is that you can purchase stock and you get it at a 20% discount. So you start at a discount. You start with the benefit right out of the gate. All of them help you become agent owners. So that was the long answer. The short answer is what's company stock trading at? Go look it up, EXPI. So I'm going to paraphrase this a little bit. It's a little bit long. What's all the buzz about the cloud? The cloud quotes at eXp. That's a great question. There's actually multiple questions in here. Let me just read this, and then I'll show you a little bit about the cloud. What's all the buzz about the cloud at eXp? Isn't it really just like a regular brokerage with a bunch of stuff online? Okay, good. Great question. So let me see if I can, let me pick a starting point here for that one. I would say, let me show you two things that I use in Actually, there's 3 things that I would like to do. I'll just skip around here. So the first one, though, screen's not coming up. Screen. Okay. So the cloud office and how it works. Yes, there is a bunch of stuff online. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff online, but I mean, a lot of people have a bunch of stuff online. So here's one of the key differences that I've found that is true and that I've found to be most beneficial at eXp. The interactive aspect of the cloud office environment is the key to its success. So the cloud, so it is a virtual reality type of an office, and it allows interactive visual and audio, and so you're actually interacting live with different people. So the ability to interact in real time without getting up from my chair if I've got a problem or if I've got a question or if I want to progress something or if I want to go to training, that's a key. The thing that makes it different than just a bunch of stuff online is the interactive piece. And I would say for eXp, the other one that's really valuable for us and for actually for anybody who can access this is how and the scope of it. The opening at in the morning East Coast time and closing in the evening West Coast time allows me a lot more opportunity to get things done with staff and support at eXp. So that's a couple of things that I think are have been really the most beneficial to me. Oftentimes, I mean, think about it. When I'm working and I'm making calls, or I'm creating my marketing, or I'm working with our agents, or I'm working on a transaction, you mean time gets by us, and then I've got my list of things that I tried to do today, and I need to go in and I need to talk to somebody at agent services, and it's 5 o'clock. Well, East Coast time, 5 o'clock. Well, that's middle of the afternoon on West Coast time. So I've still got a couple of hours to get something done on West Coast time. So just the other day, I went in. I was checking on an equity award actually. So I was going to the accounting department. Let me see if I can show you a couple of departments here. I was going to the accounting department and I was checking on an equity award. So it was, I think it was 6:30, 7 o'clock my time, and just maybe a few minutes before 7 o'clock. Well, I know the guy in the accounting department who works the Pacific Coast time, and so he actually is the one that I went in and I know him. I know his name. He knows me. Because I go into the office, the accounting office at late hours. And so in 5 minutes, there wasn't any wait. There wasn't anyone that was there. And in 5 minutes, I got my question answered. He knew me, and he knew the answer. So he was able to help me out. So that's a really good example of, it's not just a bunch of stuff online. That's not just a guy or a recording that's online. I didn't put in a ticket. I talked to a person. They looked up what I needed, and they looked up my stuff. They helped me solve the problem. It was very interactive. We were talking through it. So that's that one is a really good example of it. So here's a visual that kind of shows a little bit about how it works. It's a visual experience. It's a virtual experience. It's an interactive experience. So when you go into the cloud office environment, you can go to different support groups, different departments. It's a campus. It's a full-blown campus. So you can have a personal private meeting at different meeting areas. We attend team meetings this way. So it's far easier for us to do team meetings with a much, much larger group. And you can see that there's interactive displays. There's screen sharing, there's presentations, agent services, excellent department, shows how many people there are there staffing each department to serve the agents that come in. The meeting time and the training time, excuse me, both either in a very large scale, like this is an auditorium scale. Those are much, much easier to hit live interactive training. That's in addition to recorded training. So that would be the recorded training would be a bunch of stuff online. So that'd be a difference. And let me see. Let me show training as well, because that is a big one. Excuse me, for a lot of people. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. So online, so interactive, the interactive piece, that's 15 hours of live training every week. So these are a whole variety of topics and by experts in each of these areas, whether they're company experts or whether they're whether we're doing. And then this doesn't count mastermind sessions. This doesn't count ad hoc stuff. This doesn't count things that I would schedule or I would schedule with my team. These are things that we can go to the calendar and we can see what's scheduled and we can attend those at any time. So that's in addition to anything that is recorded. So the bunch of stuff online, that's the recorded stuff. The 15 hours of live training, that's the interactive. So we're in a room where we're there visually, we're there virtually, we're there with audio, we're there with video. So that's the interactive piece of it. Great educational experience and easy to do. So effective and efficient, both of those things. So the 30 plus specialized professionals ready to assist you. That speaks to the departments that I was showing. So whether it's accounting or it's agent services or it's tech support or it's any of the departments that are, all of the major departments are there and available online in the cloud, I mean. So let's see here. Is it really? Yeah, I think we answered that one pretty well. Okay, so here's one from, so let me pull one from one of the previous webinars. I want to build my own real estate team. Do I need to join your team if I go to eXp Realty? And there's a couple of other questions that are kind of related. So this one came in with multiple questions, but let me start with the joining my team piece. And I'm not going to try and go into a lot of detail about joining, but I do want to kind of set the stage so that I can answer this question correctly. And let me see if I can just jump to the bottom here. Let me see. I'm going to guess. Okay, got close. Joining. Okay, so in the full webinar, I do a section about joining my organization, which is my downline in eXp Realty. So you can join eXp Realty. This question is, do I need to join your team if I go to eXp Realty? So in the main presentation, in the full presentation, I talk about joining my organization and additional items that I do and my group does to support people that join in our organization. So that would name me as a sponsor. So I spend some time about active sponsoring. I spend some time about specific support. That's all in addition to everything that eXp Realty does. But that kind of sets the stage for this particular question. And okay, there is another piece to that. So that's what they're talking about. So the question is, do I need to join your team if I go to eXp Realty? So I have a downline. So anybody that names me as a sponsor is just joining eXp Realty, and they have named me as a sponsor. That's one thing. That's what I talk about with active sponsoring, with active support, and all of the things that we do to support somebody in becoming successful, helping with the transition. Huge item. That's my organization. That's my downline. That's just joining eXp. So if you have a team and you're wanting to build your own team, that's the logical idea for you. I also have Nova Real Estate Group. We operate Nova Real Estate Group, which is my production team. So we're 100% focused on production. And we do encourage local agents who would benefit from a team environment to consider joining our team. So we're growing our team. We have many more leads than we can handle with the number of agents that we have today. So we are in growth mode. So anybody who's local, that would be for somebody who is local who would benefit from a team environment, benefit from mentoring, benefit from more support, more structured leads, things like that. So if you're interested in that, then contact me directly. But you want to build your own team? Absolutely. You build your own team. Name me as your sponsor. You get all of the benefits from everyone who's in my downline, which is extensive amount of support and unique benefits. But then you build your own team and you're working with eXp Realty. So no, you do not have to join my production team. You can simply join eXp Realty and name me as your sponsor. Let me see if I got the other pieces right. In order to get, okay, so let me start this up. Do I need to join your team in order to get Facebook? It's called Facebook Secret Agent Training. So let me show you what that is, and let me change. So on the right hand side, so one of the things that we offer is, and I offer in conjunction with my own sponsor, John Poley, is a Facebook ads training program called Facebook Secret Agent. And that's something that John has done for about 4 or 5 years now, for not much of the time that I've known him. I've worked with John for 5 years now, I think, maybe a little bit more. Time flies. But he's had this program going for at least 4 years. I'd have to ask him specifically to chime in on that. And he does in some of our main webinars. But that is a very valuable program. And I'm going to put a link up so that you have a live link here. Let's see. Let me take that one down. So you're looking in your right sidebar. If you're on this webinar, you're looking in your right sidebar here for. Okay, there you go. So Facebook Secret Agent. So that one that's very robust. It is 8 weeks. You can go click on this link and go see. You don't have to join my organization to get that. But if you do join my downline, doesn't have to be my production team, could be production team, could be downline. So just downline, you absolutely get lifetime membership. So as long as you're working with us in our downline, then you get full access to that program, which is it's soup to nuts, from a boot camp, just fresh starting in with Facebook and Facebook advertising, all the way up to extremely advanced concepts of how to run Facebook ads and scale. So the short answer is, in order to get you do not have to join my production team in order to get Facebook Secret Agent. You can actually just go to that link and purchase that. You won't find a better price than the link that I just gave you, but you would just be purchasing that, and you could be in whatever company that you're in, and you could purchase that and benefit from it. I've been in it for 4 years myself. If you join my downline, you get full access to that lifetime membership. So it keeps going and keeps current with cutting edge stuff. So can I still get your help when I join? Yeah, I think I answered that. Anyone who joins on the downline side, absolutely a lot of support associated with that. I've had a couple of things on the screen here. We focus, I especially focus on transition types of items because I think that's critical in a time frame for everybody to get traction when they are making a big change like a brokerage change. It doesn't need to be so big that it's a trip hazard. We can help smooth that out, and that's why we work on the transition so much. Absolutely have access to that independent of production teams. So certainly everybody in the downline has, you name me as your sponsor, you get my help. Active support, active sponsoring. Absolutely. I want to, whoops, I already did that one. This is always a good one. Am I required to recruit other agents if I join eXp Realty? Short answer, you are not required to recruit at eXp. I'm sure that there's other related questions about that. There are a lot of people that is their main focus. Our main focus is production, and the main focus of eXp Realty is production. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find a good example to use for that one. So recruiting. I don't really have a slide on recruiting. It's not like the topic. It's not a topic that we cover in our webinars, but let me use this one. I'm going to use revenue share. It's not exactly the concept, but it does speak to kind of a downline. It speaks to recruiting, that type of a thing. Revenue share is an optional thing. You can benefit from it or you can not benefit from it. You can be a solo agent in eXp Realty, focus on your production. We're a real estate company. We sell real estate. That's how we generate revenue. So Nova Real Estate Group, my production company, is 100% focused on selling real estate. All of our agents are prospecting. They are converting leads. They are working with clients. They are managing a sales pipeline. They are selling real estate. That's how they get paid. So, and so that's the big focus. However, if you bring somebody into eXp Realty, somebody joins eXp Realty, names you as their sponsor. So like I was talking about with the downline, if you name me as your sponsor, then, oops, I'm not showing my screen. Let me show my screen. Then there are incentives to assist those people into production themselves. So we never lose sight of the concept of production, but revenue share is based on the revenue that is generated by producing agents. So it's based on agents producing, and the numbers, the calculations we have here are on agents capping. So I mentioned that when we joined, I capped really quickly at last year, which had some to do with the fact that we didn't lose momentum in our transition, and it had a lot to do with that, to be honest. But it also had some to do with, we happened to change at a time when we had a lot of business for the year itself. Our curve, we changed kind of at the top of that curve. So when we capped, and we had produced, and we capped, and we paid into the company splits, then my sponsor benefited from that, and upline from him as well. And that's how the revenue share works. So if I'm looking downline to me, the agents that I've brought in, it makes a lot of sense for me to support them, and the incentive is that I get to share in the revenue that they generate. So when they go out and they create business, and they work their production and they cap, I am getting a portion of that, a share of that, sharing in that revenue until they cap. And that's a phenomenal incentive to stay in. That's why we have active support. That's why we have active sponsoring. Production is important. That's a big deal. So do you have to do that? You do not have to do that. If you do that, then there is an incentive to help and support those people. So it's a very active incentive to do that. Do I have to? Am I required? Okay, so that's a good one. Oh, okay. Here's one that came in, maybe from the last. Just came. What if I don't want stock in eXp Realty? That's a personal decision. Absolutely, don't. Then don't take stock in. So I would say don't. You will get stock by producing. You will get stock by producing. So you will, as of right now, the equity awards you can see on the bottom here. I don't know if my mouse shows up. It's my pointer. My bottom thing covers up a little bit. On the bottom left corner of this, the equity awards, you will get some shares as of right now. Those are the share awards that that you'll get just from producing. And so join, produce, and you will get some of that. But the agent equity program, you don't have to participate in. You don't have to. You can just take all of your money home, and you don't have to participate in a stock purchase and get a discount. You don't have to do that. You don't have to participate in the Icon Agent program either. That's another really good program, but it's completely optional. So if you don't want stock, don't go to free open market and buy any, and don't participate in any of the purchases, and you will accidentally get stock if you're producing, and you should produce whether you want stock or not. That should be the focus, but no, that is optional. So it's you're not required to buy stock. You're not required to participate in the optional programs here. So if you don't want stock, then absolutely, wait, you don't have to have it. So I've got a couple that are about splits. So let me deal with the splits. Let me see if I can just jump back up. Oh, actually, there it is right there. Okay, so splits. So a couple of questions about splits. Does everyone on my team have to pay splits to eXp Realty? That's an excellent question. So some of the companies that I have, actually both of the brokerages that I've worked at, have given some preferential treatments to husband and wife, and to teams, to a husband and wife operating together as a team, and to teams themselves. So like our production team, having other team members join and operating as an actual team. And so there's usually some requirements about that, a team name and follow the team requirements. There's always those exist at eXp as well. Husband and wife, if Milena and I were operating, just the two of us, we operate as an entity. So we're recognized as an entity. So there's not two of everything for Milena and I. That's the first thing. The second thing is team members have to pay splits. So team members. So what I have here on the screen is on the left-hand side. I'm pointing to my screen like that's going to show up. So, but the mouse may be showing up here. On this left-hand side, the commissions and the cap are for individual agents. So an individual agent, or Milena and I as a unit, we pay $16,000 cap. So we're paying up to $16,000 at an 80-20 split. So I'm paying 20 to the company and 80% I'm keeping, up to $16,000, and that's 100% after that. So that's kind of the standard. And then the fees on the right-hand side are also we're paying that. We're one unit. The two of us are one unit, so we're paying that. Whoa, Where'd I go? Oh, sorry. There we go. So if you take that to team members now, so our team members pay a half cap. So the right-hand side is the same because those are benefits that accrue to every single agent, or Milena and I as an entity, one entity. Those accrue to every single entity. So the costs are paid per agent. So on the left-hand side, the bigger piece of it is the split. So that's a half cap. So our team agents are paying, they produce, they sell, they produce, and they pay the company in an 80-20 split, but only up to 8,000. So that's how that works. So the question is, oops. All right, I have to pay splits to okay. So yes, team members pay splits. They pay half cap. So huge benefit to them, and you work that into the way that the splits and the compensations work on the team itself. You take that into account. But from the company perspective, it's a half cap, which is huge, $8,000. So let me stay on the splits piece. Oh wait, here's a better one. It looks like this just came in. I get 100% splits right now. Okay. What is better than keeping all my money? Okay, that's a fair question. And so let me put in here. Let me answer back. I don't know if that one's private. So let me answer this. Ask this back. So are you a top producer right now? Okay, we'll see if I get an answer back on that. So are you a top producer now? So I mean, and what my question is are you just now at the 100%? Did you meet your cap? Your company has a cap, and you met that cap, and you're now at 100%. So I mean, that's one thing to consider. And if that's the case, then compare your company splits to eXp. But I think the bigger answer and the better answer is, and this is what I always tell people, is you do your own due diligence, and I'm happy to help. I'm an excellent resource for that type of thing. We did a lot of due diligence ourselves. We used our spreadsheets. We did our comparisons. I want to know what the dollars are. I don't want surprises. I want to be able to calculate out. I want to be able to project out. And you can do that with eXp. You can even do it because we have revenue share rather than profit share. So you can make those calculations, and you can kind of see what's going to come down the pike. Compare red apples to red apples. Make sure that you're comparing the commission structure, the fee structure, all of the costs. Get all of the costs out on the table and make sure that you're comparing those red apples to make sure that you have all of the dollars in there, because there are a lot of different. Actually, there's compensation models that are just practically as many compensation models as there are brokerages. So you can't even really make. It takes a little bit of effort to make a good comparison. These are the two big areas that I have on the screen: commission structure plus cap. So this one is a commission and a cap. Some of them are commission and no cap. They're different splits, but there's no cap, so you pay it forever. Sometimes there's like on 100% models, sometimes there can be it's 100%, but you're paying a monthly fee or a desk fee or a royalty fee or a franchise fee or a whatever fee or a forever fee. It doesn't, whatever they call it, marketing fees. So make sure that you compare those. eXp, no desk fees, no franchise fees, no royalty fees. Pretty, very transparent commission and fee structure. Flip that over. Other side of the coin. Make sure that when you're doing your due diligence, compare this as well to see if eXp is the best fit for you. And especially for the 100% splits. Me personally, as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, I want and need my broker to do certain things. So the brokerage that I'm aligned with, I count on them to be doing certain things. I count on them to be providing levels of expertise that I depend on, quality of systems that I depend on, performance levels and support that I depend on. Those things I'm willing to pay for. So, and you may be and you may not be, but certainly make that comparison. So I want my brokerage to stay in business and provide those levels. That's what I'm counting on them for. And in order to do that, I know that it takes money to do that. So I am willing to have a very equitable cap so that they can do what they need to do and they get paid an equitable amount on their side to stay in business and to keep doing that. And here's what I mean. And let me just try. Here's what I mean. The core technologies and the flexible eXp services, that's the other side of the coin. So you're getting the 100%. What else are you getting from the brokerage? Because if you're not getting something that you need or that you would value or that would help you grow your business, then you're paying for that out of the 100%. So you can take all of the money or a huge portion of the money, and then you can go purchase those things on the open market. So you can either do without or you can purchase them. And for my money, the way that eXp drives that support is the best possible way. So they're providing me with core technologies like the entire Google suite of services, the business apps that they provide, SkySlope transaction management, eXp Enterprise, the kind of the backbone company system, CRM, a top tier CRM, branding and marketing, training, coaching, etc. Some of these in the scope and the scale of business that we run, we rely on some of these more than others. You may find that you rely on some of these more than others, but you have to associate a value with those. So if the brokerage is providing that value, what would it cost you on the open market if they weren't? If you're broke, I said that wrong. If your brokerage is not providing that value, what would it cost you on the open market to get that value? Or what are you paying for your CRM today? That would be another way to say it. So, and the CRM is a great example because I have paid up to $2,000 a month. John, I think, has paid even more than that for some top tier CRM products. And that those types of things are included for eXp agents. So when you make the comparison, make sure that you're comparing a full set of red apples to a full set of red apples. And it may still be better for you, the way that you run your business, to have 100% split because you're fine to do without some of these, or you're fine to buy a lower quality or fine to buy them on the open market, what you found. If that's working and you're able to take more money home at the end, great. So, but that's a due diligence thing that everybody has to go through on their own. I'm good at helping people make those comparisons, so don't hesitate to reach out to me. I like doing it. I like helping entrepreneurs grow their businesses. So, and I did a lot of it myself. So don't hesitate. But I would say two things: definitely compare the money, but also while you got your calculator out, make sure that you're comparing the value that you're getting from the brokerage because somebody's paying for those things. The thing that the reason that eXp is able to have lower caps and extremely high value that they provide is that they don't have a lot of the bricks and mortar expenses. So they can do a lot more with the things that I personally value than a lot of brokerages because they're not paying for bricks and mortar. So they can spend more money on the systems and the technologies and the support that I want. So I would say that those are kind of the keys. And I don't have anything back on top producer. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're a top producer and you've met your cap, then compare all of the caps. Yeah. Just do a full due diligence on that. That's the main thing, and make the right decision for you and your business. That's the key. I want stock. Okay. So let's see if I did this split. Oh, here's another good one. Does eXp Realty provide leads? What are the splits if I get leads? So the splits doesn't change. They don't provide leads, they provide opportunities. So it's the same for all of these things, especially in the flexible services piece. If some of all of the core technologies, those are set, those are provided, those are baked in. The flexible services, the basis of those are baked in as well, and they have strategic partnerships with top tier providers in each of those areas. So one of those, oops, going the wrong way here. One of those would be lead generation. So in lead generation, they provide a top level CRM. And actually, before I forget, if I've got Facebook up here. We go into a deep dive on the technical piece of these in a different ones. Let me put up eXp Explained. I think I have. Let me put this one back up. Smart brokerage model. This is a good place to connect with me, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, I'm pretty sure that I have a way to register for just the specific top 5 technologies in eXp. And John and I work on that together, and we go into a deep dive on some of these. CRM is one of them that we go into more of a deep dive on. If you don't see it there though, and you want to join us for the next one, just reach out to me. You can get a hold of me at smartbrokeragemodel.com. There's several ways to get a hold of me there, and I'll make sure that you're on the list for the next technologies webinar that we do, where we dive in. But CRM would be a really good example of one that's critical. There are so the program itself, KV Core, is included. So that's included in the $50 extremely low monthly technology fees. That's one of the things that's included, and it's a top tier system, and it's but you drive tools, you use the tools to drive traffic and generate leads. You can also, they make programs available. You can also purchase advertising that helps drive traffic and generate leads. So you can do that on your own, but the company doesn't compete with you to market, advertise in your area, generate leads in your area, and then sell them to you. That's not how they operate. They provide all of the tools for you to be able to do it, and they have partnered with companies that provide the services, many of the services that you may be using right now, like buying some advertising services to generate leads. So that's kind of how that's structured. So the question is, do they provide leads? Not directly. They provide tools and training for you to generate, and top tier systems for you to generate your own leads. And some of those have paid component, optional paid components. So, and we personally use many of those. I mean, with the scale that we have, we use many of those. So I have some experience with that. So what are the splits if I get leads? So just to reiterate, the splits don't change. The company is not selling you leads, providing you leads, and getting paid through higher splits. That's not how it operates. So a lot of brokerages I know of have structures like that. eXp doesn't have a structure like that. So your splits are your splits, your cap is your cap, solo agent or team agent, that's all set and baked in. The tools and the services that eXp provides, full slate of tools and services that they provide, are all baked into the low cost that you're paying and then the leads piece of it is yours to generate. So you can have somebody else do it, but it's yours to generate. So that actually is kind of a favorite topic of mine, and it's an area of expertise for John as well. We both do quite a few things on lead generation. So we could spend a lot of time on that. Now's not the day. Okay, and I got time for one more. Conversion better than boom. Actually, I got a couple more. I'm not sure I'm going to get to all these. I have another FAQ. We have one of these fairly regularly, but every couple of weeks we have enough questions from the webinars that we that we do one of these. So, is conversion better than Boomtown? They've got a whole multiple different systems. Some of these I haven't even heard of, which is odd because I've heard of a lot of CRMs. I've personally used a lot of CRMs. Is conversion better than Boomtown? Boomtown, conversion, Commissions Inc. Those are the three that I typically put on the top tier for end-to-end solutions for a CRM. So is it better than Boomtown? That's a very loaded question. Short answer is no, it's not better than Boomtown. Is Boomtown better than conversion? Short answer is no, Boomtown's not better than conversion. Same for Commissions Inc. Those are kind of top level. They all have end-to-end solutions from offering services for paid advertising to help you generate traffic, to help you convert leads, all the way through the website, the customer relationship management system, the conversion tools, the keeping in touch, the follow-ups. They're an end-to-end system. So they're all top tier end-to-end systems. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other. You can get the work done in any one of those. Determine which one is offering the features that you want for the value, for the price that you're willing to pay. And it's a return. That's one that is pretty clearly over the long term. It's a return on investment type of a system, type of a product. So, and it's really important to real estate businesses. So do your due diligence on that, but you can get that job done with any one of those three. And depending on how you're looking at it in your own experience, you may put another one up there. In my experience, I only put those three on the top tier. Does that mean, see, they have some others in here, like Real Geeks. Does that mean Real Geeks is not very good? Doesn't mean that at all. Real Geeks might be the best one for you. But you have to determine that. And I wouldn't put, Real Geeks is not as full featured. It's better. It can be better for for a solo agent or for someone that's starting up into a CRM, hasn't had a CRM before, something like that. But it does that even better than something that has too much cost or too much weight to carry, like some of the top tier systems. So Real Geeks might be better for you today, but you have to do your due diligence on that. So that one's a bit of a loaded question too. Happy to help you figure that out. I don't get any money from anybody for conversion or Boomtown or Commissions Inc. So really have a dog in that fight. But but happy to talk to you about it. So reach out to me on your own and directly reach out to me, and I'm happy to talk about it. And one last thing, KV Core is included in eXp. So cost-wise, really hard to beat for most people, because it's a top-tier system, end-to-end solution, and it's already baked into a very, very small technology fee that you pay. So that's a pretty high value there. But make your own decision. Yeah, that's a great question. I like that one. And Facebook training. How long does Facebook training last? How long does Facebook training last? Forever, I think. Facebook is always changing. Oh, I know what this is about. This is about the Facebook training that I talked about with John and I. Let me get to that. Let me get to that slide. So I think this is that the same person? No, there's a couple of questions about Facebook and Facebook training. So let me try and do these, and then I will. I think I'll be able to sign off. I'm a few minutes over what I intended. So thanks for sticking with me. Okay, so this one was about Facebook training. So when I was talking about my organization, naming me as a sponsor, I was talking about active sponsoring, and I was talking about support, transition support, that type of thing, production support. So lead generation and conversion support. The Facebook ads training program is called, let me put that up there. Oops, where are you going? So take that one off. Let me see. On your sidebar, you should be seeing now Facebook Secret Agent again. It's the same one I had up earlier, but it's how long. So how long does the training last? So it's a lifetime membership for one thing. John's been doing it for years, and I've been in it for years. And there's always new material. So he's got regular things that whenever there's a change, then you expect that to see that with John's training pretty much at the very beginning. So, but there's a boot camp that lasts, I want to say 8 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's 8 weeks, an 8-week boot camp. So if you're a beginner, well, actually, if you're a beginner, I go back to that boot camp. I wouldn't say I certainly don't do it frequently, but I go back to it regularly. So every year or so, I'll dive back into the boot camp to see what's changed, bone up on some things that I intended to finish and I didn't finish. But that one's 8 weeks, but ideal for people that are just starting fresh. So on the one hand, you can call it 8 weeks. So the training, there's a formalized boot camp that lasts 8 weeks, and don't quote me on that. You can find it on the website on that link if you go to that link. But that's that's 8 weeks. But the program, it's the Facebook Secret Agents, the ad training, that does last forever. There are regular webinars and training sessions and live sessions that John does that keeps people current, that answers questions. There's the one that I do go to as often as I possibly can is the weekly office hours. That's for ads. So when you get to the point where you're doing ads, or if you're already doing ads now, that one's great because I take my ads there. I'm working on it and I need some help. And I mean, I've done Facebook ads for years. So it's not that I don't know them, but things change and I'm trying to do different types of ads, trying to increase conversion rates, click rates, the results. So that's kind of an everything. So the answer is either 8 weeks or forever. How long does Facebook training last? 8 weeks or forever? Take your pick. But what I was talking about here and what's on the screen, that is for anyone that joins joins eXp, names me as their sponsor, gets access to that program as a lifetime member, same level of membership that I have for as long as you're in our organization. So that's my offer to you. That's the support, and that I don't know of a better program. I've been in a variety of those programs and purchased them over the years, and I don't know of a better one. So that's why I offer that to my downline. Facebook Messenger. I've heard a lot about Facebook Messenger. Yep, exactly. We're active there as well. Does Facebook training, okay, so I'm thinking that it's the same training. Does this Facebook training include Facebook Messenger training? It is. It's not just Facebook ads. It is more expansive, and Facebook training is starting to get a name, and it's its own set of skills and techniques and strategies associated with it, but it's plugged into Facebook and it is included here. So yes, I think the short answer there is yes. Does it include it? not all Facebook training is going to include all of the stuff that is included in that John covers, but John's stuff does. Yeah. Facebook. Okay. I think, oh wait, here's one more good one. I think I answered it, but let me do this one. It's on recruiting, and then I will sign off. I heard that recruiting is a big deal at eXp. Am I required to recruit a certain number of agents? Did I not do that one? I thought I did that one, but it's worth a repeat. So required to recruit? Absolutely not. Let me change over to a sign off screen, and I'll talk about that. Absolutely not required to recruit. There's no minimum number of people that you have to bring in. You don't have to recruit. You do not have. That's not. We attract agents to eXp, so we don't even really use the word recruiting. We attract agents to eXp through our production and our business practices and our business model. That's how that works. So if somebody is interested, people come up to me all the time and they say, "Oh, you're with eXp. How do you like it?" And so then I'm talking to them about eXp, but I'm attracting them because I'm doing business. People come up to me because I'm in the marketplace and I'm producing, and that's the focus of eXp Realty is production. We're a real estate company. So yeah, there probably are people that are more focused on the agent attraction side of it. But the requirements to attract somebody or tell somebody, or there are no requirements for that. So recruiting is a big deal at eXp. Depends on how you look at it. For us, production is a big deal. So we focus a lot on production, and I focus a lot on production when I'm talking to agents and helping people start their business or grow their business. We talk about production. So, okay. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have questions, easiest way to get a hold of me is either at smartbrokeragemodel.com, the website. That's also an easy way for a kind of a do-it-yourself, get more information about eXp. I have some videos there. I have some links there. I have links to more information there. Easy way to get that. Or you can register to some of the, I'll put that up on the screen now to some of the next webinars there. I'll put the next version. So I've got a link to the next webinar that is a full version. So if you're interested in kind of the soup to nuts piece of how introduction to eXp Realty and what all the buzz is about, then yes, sign up for that one. Another way, quick chat, is Facebook, and we're at Smart Brokerage Model is my business page. So go to Facebook, Smart Brokerage Model, and just send me a message, direct message me from there. Love to connect, and look forward to connecting with you and helping you. Thank you for joining me today.